In this week's BlizzPro Weekly, Blizzard is headed to Pax East. Your Diablo 3 Crusader skills questions get answered. The Heroes of the Storm team answers your questions about the talent system. And the eSports Association announces the Collegiate Hearthstone Open. Hey guys, welcome to the newest episode of BlizzPro Weekly. As always, I am your fantastically bearded host, Chris Arnone, and I'm not wearing any pants. Let's talk World of Warcraft.
Here's the beef.
So Blizzard recently announced they will be at Pax East in Boston. They're going to be stationed at booth 848 from Friday, April 11th to Sunday, April 13th. Of course, Blizzard will be showcasing more than just Warlords of Draenor expansion, but they will allow a hands-on demo featuring updated character models and the intro experience for the upcoming expansion. Now, some Blizzard developers will be on hand to chat about your favorite games, and there will be prizes, giveaways, and a whole lot more. Sadly, while there has been some recent Twitter activity for BlizzCon, there's still no official word on BlizzCon 2014. I don't know, maybe I just didn't bring the bearded rage quite enough last week. I thought it was pretty ample. It's probably Liz's fault. I don't know. Anyway, Blizzard's PAX East full highlights can be found in the show notes. Speaking of rage, now you can put the blame on your cross-realm buddies for your raid wipes. Lead encounter designer Ion Watcher Hazakostas has confirmed that players can now invite players to the normal and heroic Siege of Orgrimmar raid. Some important additional notes that are for Warlords of the Draenor expansion. Alright, the Mythic 20-man raiding difficulty will only allow you to invite players from the same realm while it is in the current tier. So it appears that as soon as it's not the current raid tier, then cross-realm invites will be available. A very important thing to remember is that while you can raid cross-realm, the loot will not be able to be traded cross-realm. For full details, once again, check the show notes below. Let's talk StarCraft II.
You want a piece of me, boy?
IEM held their World Championships in Katowice, I hope I pronounced that right, Poland, this last weekend. And up for grabs, $100,000 in a winner-take-all tournament. This meant the winner got to take home $100,000 and everyone else took home jack shit. WCS champion SOS took on Hero in a best-of-7 matchup that was over in less than 40 minutes. The whole thing. Apparently, winner-take-all approach means the players in the finals will just cheese and spam their way to win the finals fast. SOS won the matchup by rushing his opponent every chance he got. The first two games took a total of less than 10 minutes as he built his gateways right outside of Hero's base. Hero responded with Game 3 with a Dark Templar rush, but it was the only game he could take. Game 4 was the only one that was drawn out whatsoever. It took 10 minutes by itself. Ooh. Game 5 resulted in a Hero trying to rush SOS and failing miserably. We have to say that while it's exciting to see a winner take home $100,000 at the end of the day, you can tell that Hero was just crushed by losing out and going home with nothing to show for his efforts after the whole weekend. Now, the prize just encouraged cheesy builds and made for what should have been an exciting tournament into really just a big letdown. With that said, SOS took home $100,000, his second such prize from when he took home also $100K from BlizzCon just a few short months ago. All right, you ready, Demon Hunters? Let's talk Reaper of Souls in Diablo 3.
Stay a while and listen.
So Diablo 3 community manager Lylira published the questions and answers about the Crusader's skill design from senior game designer Andrew Chambers in a blog post. The Q&A was held on Twitter. Now, we're not going to cover all 10 of the questions because that would make for a pretty long BlizzPro Weekly. We have our other shows that cover things in longer form, but let's cover 3 of them. First up, they asked, is the Crusader going to be closer to a melee or a range character? The answer? They try to split this class down the middle. The Generator and Spender skills are evenly split with Blessed Hammer more of a mid-range ability. Now this way you don't have to build yourself out entirely one way or the other. Sometimes it's better not to. Second question. Some people were wondering how the Crusader will fare against two-handed weapon in a one-handed passive. Now, the Crusader has the Heavenly Strength passive that allows them to wield a two-handed weapon in one hand and a shield in the other. Now, to be clear, the Crusader cannot wield two-handed weapons, and they also cannot dual-wield two one-handed weapons. The shield is important to how they use their skills, and so many of them require a shield for usage. So that's how that goes. Third question we're going to talk about today: will people be able to use the Crusader in a Hammerdin-like build similar to the Hammerdins in Diablo II? The answer, a resounding yes. So they say if you combine the Blessed Hammer with the Generator skill like Justice, their Laws of Valor, which increase damage, and their Blunt passive, which increases damage of Justice, to top it all off, you have a potent build reminiscent of the old school Hammerdin. All the questions and answers can be found in the show notes. Now, Lyra has been really busy, so she also decided to whet our appetites by releasing the official gameplay trailer on YouTube. Now, while the trailer is only a minute and a half long, it does include something we haven't seen before. There is actual gameplay footage of the Malthael fight right at the end. Now, even though it's just, we've had the beta test, included access to everything else in the expansion, it did not include that final fight with Malthael. So, if you want to remain spoiler-free, you may want to stop watching that video early or skip it altogether. But I guess in this case, death is only at the end. See what we did there? Because the tagline for Reaper of Souls is death is only the beginning. So with the final fight being no? Maybe? I don't know. If you don't like it, blame Liz. She wrote that joke. Anyway, the video can be found also in the show notes. Heroes of the Storm time. This past Wednesday, Blizzard released another live-streamed Q&A where they answered questions about the talent system. This Q&A was chock full of Blizzard employees. Senior Community Manager Kevin Johnson was joined by Senior Game Designer Richard Koo, Game Director Matt Cooper, and Game Director Dustin Browder. Now, Browder admitted that watching high-tier players has made it plain that some heroes need some fine-tuning. The hero he named as an example? The Paladin Uther, obviously. Apparently he's been really this annoying ability to interrupt objective captures for quite a while after dying. Now, as far as the actual talent system, the team wanted to create an intuitive system that was not just based around stat increases. They wanted the heroes to have flexible builds based on any given situation. So tanks will always be more of a tank, assassins will always do more damage, and so on. For the full details, as always, check the show notes. BlizzPro's very own Zen Style did a write-up about the game's philosophy. Since Heroes of the Storm is still in alpha, we can only talk so much about the numbers. Those things are still in flux, and most of the recent Q&A did tackle some of the changes they are currently looking at. Now, the one thing that will most likely stay true is that the focus of this game is about teamwork. Many people have reacted positively to this particular stance. We have all heard horror stories of the rampant abuse tossed around other games of this genre. To foster a team environment, Blizzard set up the game to award the whole team. There are no solo experience points or individually earned gold. This is fantastic, unless you're queuing for a match by yourself, of course. But you're then at the mercy of your own unknown teammates. If you are matched up against a pre-made team queuing together, then you are at a serious disadvantage. While the idea is sound and serves to all but eliminate the narcissistic, sociopathic one-man army seen in other games like this, something does need to be done to balance things for those who don't have a pre-formed team, who don't have all their buddies at BlizzPro, for instance, to go log on and kick some ass with. So be sure to check out that full article, really cool thing that Zen Style wrote, link down in the show notes. Now let's talk about virtual cards with Hearthstone.
Pull up a chair by the hearth.
The eSports Association, or TESPA for short, has announced their latest endeavor to support the competitive Hearthstone scene in a North American collegiate tournament. Not surprisingly, this tournament is called the TESPA Collegiate Hearthstone Open. It's free to enter, and to qualify, you must be a college student in North America and be able to build a Hearthstone deck. So I missed that boat by just a little while. The last 4 players standing in this tournament will be flown to PAX East to face off in a live finals event that will be broadcast from the Twitch stage on Saturday, April 12th. There is a $5,000 scholarship available that will be divided up among the 4 finalists. The winner gets $2,500. Now, online play takes place March 29th and 30th from noon Pacific time to 6 p.m. Pacific time. Check out the link in the show notes for the full details and rules. Now, earlier we mentioned Blizzard is going to be at PAX East. Now, one very cool feature going to be shown is Hearthstone on the iPad. Now, of course, we expect some other announcements regarding the future of Hearthstone, but Hearthstone players are rejoicing over the chance to see and play the mobile version. Ever since BlizzCon 2013, players have been waiting for news of when Hearthstone would be available on our tablets. Sadly, Blizzard is just teasing us with a taste right now of the mobile, and we're keeping our lips sealed. They're keeping their lips sealed as to when players will actually be able to download it. So for now, we'll all actually have to work at work. Once Hearthstone hits mobile, God knows, productivity globally is just going to go through the shitter. All right. Now we got a new little fun thing for you. You ready for this? We're going to call it BlizzPro calls shenanigans. So here at BlizzPro, we do try to have fun. Obviously. I mean, we cover a lot of news items and how-to videos, but honestly, it's all about video games. It's all about fun. And we know some of you may have missed some of the more important, meaningful things happening in this world. You know, all this coverage about, like, Crimea and a lost plane and all that. There's much more important things out there. So we want to share things, like European Community Manager for Diablo 3. She recently joined the Hot Pepper Gaming on YouTube. And for one of their hot pepper fire sales, the catch, he had to eat a raw habanero pepper and proceed to talk about Reaper of Souls. Wow, right? We got one more for you. Diablo 3 team thought they were having a little fun on Twitter. This is important, folks. The Diablo system designers went out in a tweet showcasing their dedication to researching ladders. That picture right there that they threw up. The tweet said, system designers researching ladders. Yeah, fun to climb. You can see for yourselves, this is important work. Yeah, we're calling shenanigans on this one. So, let us know what you think of our new segment. If you don't like it, that's Liz. She totally wrote that shit. I've got some more funny stuff coming at you as we go along. But that does it for this week's video. So, of course, subscribe right here, YouTube. We're also on iTunes, BlizzPro.tv. All the cool, awesome stuff. You can listen and subscribe to The Edge, The Spotlight, and Don't Kick My Robot. Me, I'm all over the internet. Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Goodreads author. My book is on Amazon. Fucking everywhere. And, of course, check out BlizzPro.com. All the news, reviews, interviews, everything you need to know about Blizzard Entertainment games. Stay beardy, my friends.